Today we're going to talk about how to use a Mentimeter poll. We're going to make them, share them, and save them. I'm assuming that you have a working device with an internet connection and that you have some kind of web browser on it. First, let's go ahead and make your free Mentimeter account. Go to the website www.mentimeter.com. It's going to look something like this. Look on the upper right for the sign up button and click on it. A new window will pop up asking you for your email and asking you to pick a password and your name. Go ahead and fill it out with what you want to use for your free account. Mentimeter will ask you how you plan to use this. You can go ahead and click Other for church work and then press the Save Selection button. Mentimeter will ask you why you want this tool. What are your main goals for using it? You can go ahead and click on Engagement and then click on the button for Save Selection. Next, Mentimeter is going to ask you what kind of account you want. Although it offers paid upgrades, a free account is plenty for church purposes. So go ahead and click on Continue with the free account. So there you go. You now have an account and you're inside of Mentimeter. Since it's your first time using it after having made a brand new free account, it's going to try to help walk you through the use of its tools. Since we're doing a tutorial where we pretend to be the planning committee for the church breakfast, go ahead and click on From Scratch to start making your food poll for your homework. So here we are at the main Mentimeter dashboards, and it's telling me that I don't have any presentations yet. That's all right. We're going to go ahead and start making our food poll. The first step is to click on this new presentation button. Go ahead and click on it. So here is your main dashboard for making your presentations. It looks like this. It's a lot more robust than the options you get at Zoom. For our first tutorial poll, we're going to keep it fairly simple. Bring your attention to the upper right where it has popular question types. We're just going to make a multiple choice poll. So go ahead and click on multiple choice. Everything you need is right here in the sort of upper right area. We're still talking about our pancake breakfast, our pretend church function. So I'm going to go ahead and type the questions for the pancakes. What toppings shall we have? Okay, you see how it comes up big on your slide. So now that I did my question, I slide down a little bit to the options that the guests can answer. They can have a vote for maple syrup, fix that typo. They could have a choice for honey, and they could put whipped cream on their pancakes. And we're going to stop there. You see how over in the slide we have choices now: maple syrup, honey, and whipped cream. If you look a little lower down, we'll come back to image on the second poll, but if you look a little lower down at result of your layout, it asks you how you want this to show up after all of your guests have voted. Do you want it like bars? Do you want it as a donut? Maybe you like a pie chart. Maybe you want a dot plot. So I chose bars so that my results all end up in bars. Mentimeter automatically saves, so you don't have to worry about saving. But here's the thing that we could do. We could come all the way over here to the side to add a slide. We can have more than one poll question in our presentation on our free account. I think we limit to 2. So let's go ahead and click on Add Slide. You see how a new slide has come up. Now we have to come back to the right-hand menu bar and pick what we're going to put on this new slide. I'm going to go ahead and make another multiple choice poll. And this time we're going to ask them, what kind of juice? Right? And the first choice, we're going to let them have some orange juice. And the second choice, we were going to let them have some grape juice. And the third choice would be an option for apple juice. This time, let's go ahead and see what clicking on that image, what's that like? If you click on image, you'll find this screen. You can either drag and drop an image of your own, or you can click here to go pick out wherever your image is. The other thing that you could do is go to your image library and put in a word. I'm going to say orange. And look at that. We have all sorts of orange pictures. I'm just going to pick one. Here it is. Down here at the bottom, it has a space for alt text. Alt text is going to translate that information that you put there for people who need accessibility tools like a screen reader. It will change it to Braille, or it will do it to voice recognition. It just depends on their device. So I'm going to put image of an orange, and then I'll hit save. And you'll see how under my poll question, it's added the picture now. What kind of juice shall we have? Maybe I'm influencing the results unduly by having a picture of an orange. But you can see how you can use this image area to make your poll a little more attractive or a little more lively. The next step is to choose your results. I have selected bars, but again, if you want your results to show in a different way, you could pick donut, you could pick like a pie chart, or you could pick like dots. If you want your participants to choose multiple options, and in this case, I would say yes, because we're trying to figure out the most popular toppings and the most popular juice, you could click on it and you see that it turns on. And they can't pick everything, otherwise there's no point to that poll, but they can pick two out of the 3. What's their favorite juice? 2 out of the 3. What's their favorite topping? 2 out of 3. And then that's it. You have made your first Mentimeter poll. When you're ready to see all of your presentations, come over here to the bottom left corner and click on Your Presentations. Once you click on it, you'll see you have a list. Mine is calling My First Presentation, the default title, My First Presentation. What I could do is slide over here to these 3 dots and then come down to rename my presentation. And I'm going to name it the Church Pancake Breakfast. As we were talking about what food we wanted to have at the church pancake breakfast. So from here, you could go ahead and make another presentation if you wanted to, or you could just be done. Okay, so you made your poll for the Church Pancake Breakfast Committee, as we're going to be deciding what food to have at our event. Before you go ahead and share that, though, with the committee, I wanted to draw your attention to a few other things. So you're here at Mentimeter, you've clicked on My Presentations, and you see the list. I'm going to go ahead and click on the Church Pancake Breakfast. It's got 2 slides. Look up here in the upper right corner. You have Share, with the 3 little dots sort of in a triangle. If you click on this, it'll open this window, and it gives you both a sharing voting link where you could click the button and copy the link. That's really useful. If somebody can't make your meeting, you can send them the link so that they can be included in the polling and they can answer. If you had a flyer about your meeting and you wanted to allow people to vote by QR code, it'll generate a QR code and you could download that to put it in your flyer. But come up here. On a free account, it automatically defaults so that the poll will expire in 2 days. So after 2 days, they can't keep emailing, use the link from the email and keep on voting. If you wanted to expand it, click on Expand, and you can bump it up to a whole week of voting time. Now, you'd have to have a paid subscription to go to a higher level, but I think a week is good enough for church work. So go ahead and set it for 7 days, and you can go ahead and copy the link if anybody's going to miss your meeting, and you should be good to go. Next button is called Preview. If you click on this, you can preview your poll and get an idea of what it's going to look like to you, the host who's sharing this poll, and what it might look like to somebody on their cell phone. You can go ahead to the next one, and then you see what your slide would look like to somebody on a computer, and then what it might look like to somebody on a cell phone. So it's pretty friendly on both devices, even if you're on a big device like a computer or a little device like a phone. The last button is the button that we want. It's called Present. So we go ahead and click on Present. So this is what it looks like when you have hit Present. Notice at the top it says, go to www.unitarian.org www.menti.com and use the code 13604818 to vote in this poll. This is unique to you. If you were sharing this over Zoom, you could show this, and you could also type this information in the chat window. And as people vote, the results will come in. It's fairly dynamic. If you wanted to move on to the next slide, you can use your arrow keys. It's still the same poll code, but it's just that your poll has 2 slides on it. The second question was talking about what kind of juice we're going to have at the church pancake breakfast, and then the people could go ahead and make their vote. So now let's talk about sharing this inside your Zoom meeting. The first step is to have your web browser open, and you have gone ahead and come in to your church pancake breakfast poll. You're getting ready to present it, so you go ahead and click on the present button. It will go big. You can hit the escape key to kind of bring it down to just the browser window. So there it is. It's ready to go. Over in your other window, I'm assuming that you have started your Zoom meeting and you have set it up, and you have your guests and your participants. They're all waiting for you to share your screen. So if you're on a laptop or a desktop, you're going to kind of wiggle your mouse and come down to the green share screen button and click on that. Inside the basic area, you'll see your browser that already has your Mentimeter poll open. So you're going to click on that, and then click on your share button. And now the green outline, you notice it around the whole browser. That's what you're sharing. And you see the green bar. You are sharing your screen. So now people can see that their job is to open their own browser and go to www.menti.com and use the code for this poll, 13604818. So you can go ahead and give them some time to do that. You can also come up here and nudge this green bar with your mouse cursor and slide over to more and open the chat window. And inside the chat window, just in case they can't see it for some reason, you can type the directions for what to do. Go to menti.com and use the code 13604818. And there, I've sent the chat to everybody, so I'm going to go ahead and close the chat. And then you just wait. Right here in our example meeting, I don't have any guests. I don't have anybody to vote on this. But when we do this in computer tutoring class, you'll get a chance to vote on what toppings you want to have for the pretend church breakfast. When you are ready to move on, you can hit the arrow key to move on to your poll, and then change it to the next slide. What kind of juice shall we have? And then they can still vote with the same code. So go ahead and give it a whirl. Try to find a study buddy to share your polls with and see what it looks like. We'll be doing it together in class. So hooray! Congratulations! You now have your new Mentimeter poll skills. I'm sure you can think of lots of creative ways to use this new tool, and I look forward to seeing how you implement it.